That's my kind of English as well. Please turn the thingy.
The thingy.
On.
It's green. So.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for inviting me. My name is Karin. I'm pleased to be here to see you, IRL, and also the people that I cannot see, but you can see me. I'm Karin Lindberg and I come from Coop, Sverige AB, Coop Sweden AB. I'm head of product quality for the private label products, and I've been part of the company for 2 years. And I met somebody here whose wife had been for 30 years, and I said maybe that person should have been here instead of me, but I'll do my best. And the button that I use is here.
Vänta, så du kan ta upp och ner tror jag. Yes, prova. Yes.
So, thank you very much. As I said, today I will speak about 20 minutes, right? And I will give you this, a short introduction to Coop. If some people don't know us, our promise, our pledge, overall pledge, how we work with, a short presentation of how we work with private label products, but focus on packaging, of course, and our special focus on packaging. I have a secret bag with some good examples and with some bad examples, and of course our goal is to have only a bag of good examples in the future. And how to get there is how I will summarize this, our path forward to achieve that. And at the end you will be able to have some complicated or easy questions. This is Coop in Sweden. This is figures from last year, as the report hasn't been presented yet, but it's approximately this. We have 655 stores all over the country, and we are corporately owned by member organizations. So the customers are our owners. Here in Stockholm, we have Konsumentföreningen Stockholm, who is very active and one of our main owners. We have a total turnover of about 38 billion Swedish crowns. And Coop and Änglamark brand is ranked, they are ranked as very, the leading sustainable brands from time to time over years when you ask both customers and other interests. And we were the first Swedish retailer to exceed 10% organic sales, which we are very proud of. As you might know, the organic sales is actually not increasing as much anymore because people tend to look for locally produced foods and vegetarian foods. And as they all think that this is sustainable, I think, and many people with me believe that people put this in a group of products. So organic, Swedish, locally produced food is what people want, if they get to choose. We have approximately 23% private label share, and that means that 23% of the products that we sell in our stores are Änglamark, Coop, and Extra branded. And our pledge, or what we promise, are both our customers that are our owners, is that we want to be the good force where food, sustainability, and health stands hand in hand. And that's why we want to achieve or want to offer price-worthy, sustainable, and food joy, matglädje, in green stores. So that's a short pledge, but it's a full-time job for me as I work with the products, because what we want to do is to give the products, we want to achieve this within our product, because that's how we live the brand, and that's how people meet the brand in the stores, and we bring the brand home to their kitchen tables. And that's what my team spend their time doing. So we work with Extra, Coop, and Änglamark. And Coop is about, the Coop branded products, about 2/3 of the sales. But we put a lot of effort in Änglamark, as that's our flagship, and they are all third-party labeled. You should touch this. We have some
I don't think you have to do anything.
I don't do anything.
What? It says you need to admit them.
Yeah, they will disappear. Yeah. But we, all Änglamark products are third-party labels, but we also aim for CRAV labeling. So and that's, as you know, both an organic brand but also a sustainable brand, which means that social responsibility, climate, animal welfare standards are very, very high. So we are very proud of the Änglamark products. So if you then focus on packaging that we are here for today, that's also a way of living the brand, of course, because that's what people can touch, that's how people experience. And when we think about the packaging, we often talk about our suppliers. And what is important to have in mind is that the suppliers for us is the company that puts the food or the product in the packaging. So it's not the packaging supplier who is the supplier to us, but the company who puts the product in the packaging. So when we focus on product quality and product safety, it's the whole product. And for many years, we have been very good at focusing on food, allergies, all the ingredients, how they have been produced. And we have been, regarding the packaging, we have been focusing on safety, of course, as it's a material in contact with food. But what we also need to do is that the packaging needs to be attractive, of course, have all the useful information, both according to legislation, but also our promise, because we want to be transparent. That's one of our most important aspects of sustainability. We want, of course, to protect the content and minimize food waste. Designed for efficient transport and little use of resources, and easy to handle and easy to sort. And when we have been focused on easy to sort, we have had the consumer in focus. But what is getting more and more important, and what we are learning more about, is what happens afterwards. Even if it's easy to sort for the consumer, how will this packaging be sorted when it ends up in, for example, as a plastic packaging, we have this new packaging site for dividing different dividing polymers. So we have to get better at designing for this. And we also want to, as climate is, I mean, that has been on the agenda for us for many, many years. But the packaging could be a way of less negative effects on the climate if we do the right thing. But as you all understand, this is very, very complex, and we cannot focus on one thing without thinking about the others, because sustainable packaging delivers on all the parameters. And for example, food waste is, and food production is the main, often if you talk about meat, that's where like over 90% of the climate effect arises. So but for water, the packaging has a lot of climate effect. So we have to be broad thinking when we work with our products and the packaging. And when it comes to sustainable or packaging with care, I have my secret bag. I'm Brasse, but no, as I'm doing this in English, maybe haven't seen the Swedish children's program. When we talk about Frontrunners in packaging, we think of the whole package. Of course, we have 2,000 private owned products, and of course we want all of them to deliver on everything. But we have some that we are really proud of. And one product that you wouldn't expect us to be very proud of is this little cream packaging. It's not like this high-tech packaging, but it actually delivers on so many parameters. It's easy to open. It has a very long shelf life. It minimizes food waste. And this is something that a product that we're really proud of. As you can see on the packaging, I don't have those with me, but for example, these köttfärsförpackning, meat packaging, minced meat packaging, that packaging reduces the size of the packaging, which is very good for the logistics. It also prolongs the shelf life, doubles the shelf life, which also minimizes the food waste. And you can also, it's very handy for the consumer because you can put it in the freezer for some time and then you can slice it and you have perfect hamburgers. But it's not selling. People don't see it, don't think it's complicated, don't think it's high quality because it has that size. So even if we have the perfect packaging, we have what people think is what will affect their decisions in the stores. So to move your hand and have a new behavior is difficult, and that's something that we want to learn more about, and we need to become better at to communicate about this. We have the juice up there, which has pant. So that's also a good example when you think about the behavior of the consumer to get better. It's the same bottle, but you get a better performance regarding environment just by adding value. And that's also how you can do change without actually changing the packaging. And the challenges. I don't know if you could see that on my front page of this very presentation, I had that plastic lid that everyone hates, but it's still using every day. On my way here, walking, I thought of getting one just to have in the hand, but the lines, the queues into the coffee shops here at KTH were so long, so I wouldn't have been here if I would have bought one of those. But that's one of the challenges because convenience is so important to everyone. And we sell those coffee cups in our stores, and we need to find a solution for that because that is not, it's a small lid, but the amount of lids found in nature is a huge problem. We also have some other products that we are proud of, but like this one, everyone is so much better than the jar. It's less packaging, easy to transport, easy to handle. Parents love it, but the plastic is not recyclable according to the systems that we have today because it's a laminate. And also the consumer behavior. What do you think that parents bring these home and put them in the right? They sort it in the first place, and even if they do, it's not taken care of by the system. So we are not helping the consumer to do the right thing with this. But it's still a good packaging according to a life cycle analysis if you can compare to a glass bottle. So I'm making you confused, but this is our and we want to do things simple for the consumer, so you don't have to think every time you pick a product. But it is so if I look tired, you know why. This is the same thing with this detergent. The plastic is the amount of material is less than a bottle, but the plastic in that one is not recyclable because it's laminate. And also the dryckvargen, also an example that we have exchanged a plastic bottle for a paper, waterproof paper packaging, which is highly recyclable, but it's consumed in a way that it's likely to end up in the litter or the trash, which is not the intention. So how we want to be better at this. And me as a consumer, I have to get better, both to understand what I'm supposed to do and actually do it. I'm not going to talk a lot about plastic because that could be a 3-hour speech, and there are so many seminars going on. Everybody's talking about plastic today. But for us, I said our friend the plastic, because plastic is very beneficial for food containers in different ways. And it can reduce food waste so much, but we have a huge problem. We have to do something about it. We have to be more careful when we use plastic in our packaging. So that's something that's a high focus area for us. And you might know that EU has never been so fast in adopting a new law as they have been with this new plastic strategy. It hasn't been published in their paper yet, But as soon as it will be 2 years from now, all single-use plastic will be forbidden in cutlery, in plates, and so forth. And that has, of course, a high impact on the whole market. And you cannot change behavior in 2 years. So what will happen? That's very exciting to see. And we are part of that. So we are working a lot. But to summarize, we need to increase our knowledge, and we're doing that. We are mapping our products. We are mapping our special focus on plastic, of course, to see where are we, where do we want to go. And we have targets. I have an example here that we have with Svensk Dagligvaruhandel, the Swedish food retailers organization, because we believe that if we want to achieve something, we have to do some things together, because we are part of a big chain, and we are part of a global system. So be able to perform and to make changes, we need to do it together. And this FAD, Plan för fossilfri konkurrenskraft, is our input to this national strategy that everyone is working with. A lot of organizations and companies have their own path to become fossil free, and we are focusing on plastic packaging in this. And we also look forward to participate in a new product that we will have a startup meeting with today, that will be run by RISE and financed by Vinnova. And we have some partners here today that I will see later today, and that we will see and focus on this on-the-go consumption and what needs to be done. And we believe that this is a perfect example where we need to meet all the different organizations and companies and stakeholders in the chain to see how we can both affect production of the products and the behavior of the consumer and systems for more circularity. So that was all, folks. Thank you very much.